Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to Martyn Lucas Investor. Wonderful to have you all here. It's, of course, the SMCI earnings, super microcomputer earnings. We are ready. Let's get ready for an explosive afternoon. I did say to you this morning there would be volatility in the semis. There was volatility in the semis. We put it on X this morning, and I put it on my Vaz's show. He was covering the vertical aerospace, and it's happened as predicted because of what Trump is doing in this sector. Plus, we've got bad guidance, forward guidance because of all of that. Anyway, there we go. So no surprise again today. Super microcomputer down 15%. After hours. It was already down 1.5%. You saw it in the title, Wall Street braces for margin meltdown. I put that in the title before we went live, expressing that was what's going to happen. The people that buy super microcomputer like to over leverage. We've got people here, what's a show, who will over leverage on super micro, think it's always going to go up. And you've now just got margin called. I put it in the title before the show started. I made my predictions this morning of what would happen, and it's happened. So tap the like button if you are enjoying the live stream, and consider subscribing to the channel. Let me see. In fact, that doesn't matter. I'll leave that where it is for the minute. So welcome to the show. We've got 27 minutes before the call begins. I've got a poll running as well. So I will share that with you as well. Let me show you the poll. This is our poll. Let me refresh the screen. I was asking you, whoops, hang on a minute. Why is that not over there? I've got the wrong screen. Why is that doing that? Let me fix that straight away. Primary, secondary. No. Hello, we're all over the place. There we go. That's a bit weird. Anyway, let's try that again. So we've got a poll running here, and it was, is SMCI a buy, hold, or sell? Let's refresh the screen. Well, this has been out just a few minutes. 39%, sorry, 39 votes, 51% of you say buy. So I would imagine now it's gone down 16%. You're all rushing out to buy, except nobody is. That's a bit interesting. Let's see how that pans out during the next hour. We've got 25 minutes before the call begins. We haven't yet got the presentation laid out. We will have in the next 10 minutes. So stand by for that. Let's see who we got in the chat. So who have we got? Vaz is here. Good afternoon to you. Vaz, Stephen Lewandowski, how are you? Safa. There you go. Was talking about you and others like you who believe that this only goes up. And I warned this morning that semis was going to crash, and it did. I put it in Vaz's show, didn't I? And the new legislation with Trump is going to smash the hell out of semis for a while. So be very, very careful. And in the title of this video, I called it margin call, margin meltdown. And that's exactly what's happening right now. So this could be an opportunity to buy because of that. Anyway, we'll learn more. I wouldn't buy a single thing until we hear from the CEO in 20 minutes. I hope this doesn't fall off. It's fall off a cliff, Safa. SMCI is down 15%, 16. It could go down 30 to 35% because of the amount of margin positions being liquidated. People borrow heavily on this stock, only predict it going up. The shorts are winning now. I'll tell you what the short position is in a second. Everything during after hours is tanking. Wussa, hello, Vanessa. Lovely to have you here. Down 10%. It's a lot more than that. It can go down 30%. What's up, Lucas folks? Hello, KM Built. Overreaction for sure. Not really. It's not an overreaction. It's a margin meltdown. I put it in the title. I was expecting this, and it's just playing out as expected. Just seeing the chart. Wow, yes. Hello, Tricks. Good afternoon. Good opportunity to buy, maybe at 46.50. I would certainly wait. I'll give you the numbers in a second. The short interest is 15%. So don't expect a short squeeze either, just downward pressure. Forward PE is 28 times earnings. It's too expensive. It's correcting now, but I still would be very, very careful. Tailwinds meets margin pressures. That's the story of the day. I'll bring you that in a second. I'll bring you this margin information in a second. Also, not just margin liquidations, but the margin profits for SMCI is being squeezed. I'll talk to you about that in a second as well. Hello, family. How you doing? Hope you're all rested. I am a little bit. Thank you, Vaz. Yes, I am a little bit. I have not had a holiday, a break from the studio for way over a year. And now I'm working 7 days a week, 12, 14-hour days. And it's a lot. I work on this channel like no one could possibly do. I just literally sleep other than work. That's what I do. By Pepe, I wouldn't do that. Good afternoon all, 1970 Buckley. Already hit the like button. Thank you so much. Short. Obey. Short this, Martin Shrekelis. Not sure I understand that. I don't short any stocks. I don't believe in it. I think it's a terrible thing to do, and I'd rather be always finding the optimism and the bullish sentiment, and there's a bullish market always. I'm not interested in shorting anything. I don't want to put people out of business and destroy things. What's the sense of that? How does that help anyone? The SMCI is bad in my opinion. I lost much money, but get it back somehow. Maybe I will buy at 30, 40. I would never look at a stock if it's down and you've made money. I'm going to get it back by staying in a stock if you don't believe in the stock anymore. That's a really bad strategy. Just because a stock is down, don't say I'm going to get it back. If you've lost 30 grand, I'm just picking that number out of the sky. Ask yourself, where can you go to make money? Not where can I go to make 30 grand back, or I'm going to stay in the stock and stuff it to them and get my money back. None of that means anything. None of that means a damn thing. What's important is how do you make money? What can I buy that's undervalued? I made a mistake. How can I not make that mistake again? Hey, everyone. Mike, lovely to have you here. Hi, Vanessa. Mike, how are you doing? By the way, while I've been off air, I've bought tons and tons and tons of Bitcoin. But in a way you won't expect. I will be bringing out a video about it to explain exactly what I've been doing with Bitcoin. And it's not what you'd expect. All right? My journey to Bitcoin and back again. Hi, Mike. That's coming out. Hi, Vanessa. Guidance for Q4. We're waiting for that. Sauron X posted a claiming XRP to 1 million. Why do they do it? Mark Saxby, because they've got nothing better to do. There are silly people in the world that have no brain cells whatsoever, and they want to feel important because they go, oh, look, I've got no friends at work, no friends in the real world, but as soon as I tweet XRP is going to $1 million, I got 10,000 followers. It's amazing. These are all my friends. They all love me. No, they don't. They probably think you're an idiot, actually, but they follow you. But it makes people with no brain cells feel important. So they go, oh, I'll do that again. That's it. Simple as that. Sometimes life is that simple. Just look at it in the face and go, that's what it is. It makes individuals with nothing to offer the world a bit more important. That's it. Don't pay any attention to it. But of course, the fact you saw it is the reason why it continues, because when you see it, X shows more people like you. You can't help clicking on it. I've done it myself to criticize it, to put it down, to call it out for the nonsense that it is. But of course, by clicking on it, you're promoting it. It's the same. People say the silliest things get the biggest views, and it'll always be the same because we keep clicking on it. People just can't stop themselves. Mike, how you doing? Hi, Mike. East, sleep, Martyn Lucas, repeat. Eat, sleep, Martyn Lucas, repeat. That's right. That's all I do. I've got a mission to grow the best YouTube channel in the world, and it requires dedication. Discipline is everything. Discipline, just keep going, is everything. Martyn needs to take walks without the live feed. He will benefit better from that. Yeah, the walk and talks are great, but I do have to end up, stressing about it. It's easier just to go for a walk. That's true. He bought MSTR. Ha, ha, ha. Did I? Trolls and silly people. There you go. Agree, Mike. Thank you, Vanessa. I don't have friends and still don't have any time. You have plenty of friends. Me and Sensei are your friends, Vaz, and you have friends here who watch the show, but certainly me and Vaz, Sensei are your friend. Absolutely. We spend hours every day together. Have you been buying BITB or IBIT? I cannot say. My story of Bitcoin and back again will be revealed later. Me either, Vaz. Vaz, my friends are EvTolls. No, don't say that. Your friend, nothing better than tweeting. Yeah, you're right. Nothing better than tweeting. Yep, you absolutely right. There you go. Okay, Martyn, thanks. I lost money because it was my first investment. And we all lost money the first time. Oh my gosh. How much money did I lose on Virgin Galactic? And I bought it at a high price and I hold it and I end up somewhere like $200 plus. Okay. Tutorials. What do you predict on Virgin Galactic earnings? Virgin Galactic earnings is tomorrow. That's a very good question. That is the right question. I would expect Virgin Galactic to do well tomorrow. Nothing leads me to believe that we're not on track and things aren't going to plan. So Virgin Galactic, we are covering it tomorrow after hours. It'll be a huge event. You don't want to miss it. Molly, good morning all. Do you see a bounce back tomorrow? Well, I've been heavily buying this afternoon. I've been buying a lot more of Bitcoin. I've been buying a lot more of the S&P 500. And when I say a lot more, I mean a lot more. I will show you all later, but right now we're doing SMCI. Vaz and Mike, I will be your friend. There you go. Friends and family here, standing on the moon. Thank you, Steve W. I was joking. I know we have a lot of friends here. I know. Right. Now we're starting to get a bounce back. We've got 15 minutes for SMCI to begin. So let me show you the poll. The poll was, is it a buy, hold, or sell? 39 votes. Let's refresh it. Did you all vote on it? Let me give you the link in the chat. Let me give you the link in the chat. So refresh it. 39 votes, 51%. Say buy. 43 votes, 49%. So it's dropped. That's interesting. It's dropped. More people have voted. Now it's gone down. You don't want to buy it. That's interesting. That's retail investor strategy all over there. You want to buy it when it was up, but now it's sold off. You don't want to buy it. Can you see the logic in that? You liked it before. You ascertained it was a good buy before, but now it's cheaper. You don't want it. More votes, and it's gone down 2 percentage points. Someone explain that to me. Someone explain that to me. If you decide that you like a business or an asset or a house or a car, you've done your valuation, you've done your due diligence, and then it goes down 16%, but now you don't want it, then you never wanted it in the first place, did you? That's interesting. Right, anyway, I've never seen it. I've never seen anything like it. All right, let me refresh the screen. Here we go. This is SMCI. Unmute. There it is. There's the audio. There's the display. We'll have that in the next 14 minutes. All right. Just made $7 on a quick trade in trade out on SMCI. Very, very good. Congratulations. But of course, you've only made $7 if you bought it on your Roth IRA. If you bought it on your main account, you've made about $6 because there's a bit going to the tax man. Whether you like it or not, he will be after you. So bear that in mind. Waiting for guidance. Might buy back in with a smaller position on the call. Nice, Vaz. Vertical price recovering after hours. Could be a nice upside in the coming days. I think, Vaz, you are right there. Makes sense if it drops. People get scared. Makes sense if it drops. People get scared. Well, only if they don't know what they're buying. You see, if I knew I wanted to buy a super microcomputer, if I've done my research and I've calculated what the value is, and I know what the future value is likely to be, and all of a sudden it goes down, that wouldn't scare me. That would be, I want to buy more. Because I was already happy to pull the trigger 16% up. So if it scares you, you've got to ask yourself why it scares you. And I can tell you what the answer is. You don't know what you were buying in the first place, you were guessing, and now you think, oh, hell, I'm in trouble. And that's exactly the situation. So you don't do that. I bought it on my ISA, £7 in my pocket, baby. Absolutely right. That is yours. That is yours. Absolutely right. You have made $7, just £7, just like that. Buy and hold, says Molly. Yeah, that's now how they think. That's right. Okay, we've got just over 10 minutes to go. Let's get the likes. How many people are watching? We've had some really quiet numbers the last couple of days. All right, I tell you what we're going to do. We got to fix this. We cannot have this anymore. So we've got 187. So we can get 100 likes. 50% of people are signing to Google. The rest are not. They cannot like or engage or anything. So let's bring the music up. We got 1 minute. We want to get 100 likes in 1 minute. You ready? Okay, let's bring up the music. Tap the like button. It shares it out to more people in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Do. All right. We have got 184 people watching. 184 people watching, so we get 100. We start at 1. Let's refresh the screen. Super microcomputer. We're now up to 57. There you go. That didn't take very long. And Super Micro is starting to recover. Did you buy this dip on the overreaction? I'll give you the news in a minute. You need to know what the news is before you buy it. If you were scared, why are you scared? Why are you not scared now? What's changed? All right. We're now up to 70 likes. We need 30 more likes in the next 1 minute. While you're tapping the like button, here is the news. Super Micro to report Q4 results, but the big deal is this. Let me fade it out a little bit. Take it back down there. Super Microcomputer is set to report its fiscal fourth quarter results on Tuesday. We know, with analysts expecting solid year-over-year revenue growth, but showing caution in near-term earnings momentum. That's it. Margins are squeezed. The consensus EPS stands at 44, while revenue is projected at 5.91 billion, making 11.3% increase from the same period last year. Despite the top-line growth, sentiment appears more cautious heading into the print. In the past 90 days, EPS estimates have been revised downward 12 times with no upward revisions. Revenue estimates have also seen cuts. Hello. We've got a super chat here. What is our super chat? Let me drop it up there. The family is the real deal. Smash the like button. Poor man, rich man. Thank you very much for your super chat. I'm loving it. All right. So we've got margins being squeezed. Let's see if we got the 100 likes. Let's have a look. 82. No, we didn't. We got 82. It's been really quiet the last couple of days. Subscribe and ring the bell. We go through these periods. It's what happens on YouTube. It's a real thing, actually. I'll tell you all about it in a second. Let me bring it up here, and I'll show you. You go through periods. It's just like the stock market, where you go quiet for a little bit, and then you rally again. There's a good reason for that, and I'll explain why in a minute. 93. Oh, we're still moving. There we go. That's good. 93,703. Thank you ever so much, everyone who subscribed to us. But over the last week, we've lost around about 500 subscribers. Are they people that have unsubscribed? No, they're not. Every 6 months, YouTube deletes subscribers that are not active anymore. Maybe they're dead. Bring out your dead. Maybe their accounts have been closed down through fraud, spam, God knows what else. But every now and again, you have a little cull on your subscribers. And even though you're growing, numbers can fall off. And over the last couple of weeks, we've been growing really slowly. It's because there's been a cull going on. And all of a sudden, you'll see it next couple of weeks, it will accelerate again. It does that. People that subscribe, and then, as I say, people pass on and accounts get shut down and all sorts of stuff. But there you go. Anyway, Supermicro is starting to rebound. If you didn't like it and you sold it, you're only guessing now. You don't know what the CEO is going to say. So I would like to wait. This stock is very volatile, very up and down. Wait to see what the CEO says and then buy with confidence, and then you won't have to sell it, will you? But I wouldn't be buying it now because there are too many uncertainties and margins are being squeezed and people are getting liquidated and losing, having to sell anyway. So let's have a look. I like Let's Go. Thank you very much indeed. Poor man, rich man. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. These guys have a bad reputation with reporting earnings in the past. Yes, they do. Terrible, terrible. Good company and good products, but shady ownership. I'm right with you, Saab, 100%. So if you've just tuned in, today I've been buying tons more of the S&P and tons more of Bitcoin. I'm going to share with you my Bitcoin story in the next couple of days to Bitcoin and back again. It's a story never told. And I will tell you all about it in an upcoming video, which I'm recording at the moment. But I've just bought a ton more Bitcoin on my journey to own a whole Bitcoin, if that's important. Is it? Well, I'll explain all of that in the upcoming video. You should like it too. What, me? Yeah, I always like every video. Doesn't make much difference if I like it though, does it? One person. Anyway, well, you said overreaction. This is going lower tomorrow. It certainly could. I would wait and to see what the CEO says. Just lost 35 grand on SMCI. Well, you haven't lost it unless you've sold it, of course. If you sold it at a loss, I don't know why you'd do that, but unless you think that the company is going lower, then that's a good reason. We cooked, bro. Not sure what that means. Keep it going. I sold. I'm out. See, I don't understand that. You're all selling when it goes down. Well, I don't get that, because if you're an investor, you could have read the minutes of the earnings an hour ago, and you could have sold before it went down based upon the fundamentals of the business. Why did you not do that? Wait for everyone to sell it and then sell when you're down. I don't get it. If you're an investor, you need to know your business. So why would you sell on a reaction? Why would you not sell because you've read the balance sheet and the report? Because the report is already out. We can go through it now if we had time, but we're not going to do that because it will take about 2 hours to read it. We're just going to listen. But there you go. Rest in peace. Well, I guess if you've sold when you're down, that money is dead. You're right. SMCI shows the importance of trimming. If you want a balanced portfolio between growth, value, and dividends, remember it has gone up a lot the previous weeks. Well, it was a kind of buy the rumor, sell the news situation. Saab. If you want to buy it now, be clear about the stuck on 100%. You are not here to lose money. If you want to buy it now, be clear about the stock on you. You are not here to lose. That's right. Going lower, I think it very well could do. A book called My Journey to Bitcoin with accompanying music CD will be a winner. A book called My Journey to Bitcoin and Back Again with accompanying music CD will be a winner. Well, I shall explain all of it in my upcoming video. Saab, Tony Richman. Hello, hello, hello. Saab, there we go. Right, we got 5 minutes to go. Let's refresh the screen. We are nearly there. We got 96 likes. 96. Can we get 4 more likes? Then we get suggested on YouTube, and away we go to the races. So tap the like button if you can. Consider subscribing. It makes all the difference. The earnings call starts in 4 minutes. We've got 96. Can you see it rolling around? If we get 4 more likes, we'll be suggested on YouTube and we'll go to the races. All right. Let me show you the presentation of where it will be tonight, what it will look like. All right. This is what we're waiting for. Here is the earnings. Let me refresh the screen. I always like to double check things in all my different sources multiple times because things change on earnings. There we go. And I will start playing the audio 1 minute before. You won't hear it. I'll mute it for copyright reasons. And we're getting ready to rock and roll. When is the CEO going to talk? In literally 3 minutes from now. Margin, I can't get my newsletter. Martyn, I can't get my newsletter. I subscribed on what shall I do? What do you mean? You subscribe to the newsletter, but you can't get it? Well, it's web-based. So if you've got no internet, you can't get it. But if you've got the internet, it's web-based. So you can't not get it. Yeah. There's the newsletter. All right. So I'll give you the link right now. You get emailed it. Maybe it's in your junk folder. Or the other thing is it could be, well, there's no other reason. It's a web-based service, so you can always go on the website. There is the link to sign up for it. There it is. Anyway. Or just go to sensei.substack.com. You got the link there. Drop off the Martyn and you can go directly down there. But anyway, there you go. Right. There we go. Let me start playing the audio now. I'm going to mute it. We always want to be ready to go. So we're all set. Andre, I hope that answers your question. I've given you the link. It's either in your junk folder if you emailed it, but always remember just to bookmark the website. You've got the website. You can always go on there without the email. That way you can go and check out news items at any time you want. What do you think about SMCI will be worth end of 2026? I don't know. I haven't analysed this stock for a long time. Just extending my car insurance, saving $20 per pound per month. You will love this, Martyn. Yes, I will. Congratulations. I have just done the same thing with my cable TV this afternoon. If I was going to buy millions of dollars of Bitcoin and the S&P, which is what I have been doing today, not quite millions, but very close, I needed to save some money. So I have. And to Bitcoin and back again is my upcoming video. Right, we've got 1 minute to go. We're waiting for the call to start. I'm expecting bad earnings call again like other times. Vaz, did you use Geico? If you did, you just gave Warren Buffett a tip. Zach, there he is. Zach's in the show. Zach Zeit, our number one Virgin Galactic investor, and we'll be covering Virgin Galactic tomorrow, live on the show. Tomorrow morning, we have another request. Tomorrow morning, we have SENS, S-E-N-S. That's tomorrow morning, pre-market. Stand by for that. Okay, we're waiting for the call to begin. We are listening in. We're on standby. Here we go.
Thank you for standing by. My name is Cameron, and I will be your conference operator. At this time, I would like to welcome everyone to the Supermicrocomputer Inc. SMCI US fourth quarter fiscal year 25 business update call. With us today are Charles Liang, founder, president, and chief executive officer, David Wiegand, CFO, and Michael Stager, senior vice president of corporate development. All lines have been placed on mute to prevent any background noise. After the speaker's remarks, there will be a question and answer session. If you would like to ask a question, please press *1. Thank you.
Good afternoon, and thank you for attending Supermicro's call to discuss financial results. Copy of the press release from the company that was distributed at the close of regular trading and is available on the company's website. As a reminder, during today's call, the company will refer to a presentation that is available to participants in the investor relations section of the company's website. under Events and Presentations tab. We have also published management's scripted commentary on our website. Please note that some of the information you'll hear during our discussion today will consist of forward-looking statements, including without limitation those regarding revenue, gross margin, operating expenses, other income and expenses, taxes, capital allocation, and future business outlook, including guidance for the first quarter of fiscal 2026 and the full fiscal year 2026. These statements and other comments are based on management's current expectations and assumptions and involve material risks and uncertainties that could cause actual results or events to materially differ from those anticipated, and you should not place undue reliance on forward-looking statements. You can learn more about these risks and uncertainties in the press release we issued earlier this afternoon, our most recent 10-K for fiscal 2024, and other SEC filings. All these documents are available on the Investor Relations page of Supermicro's website. We assume no obligation to update any forward-looking statements. Most of today's presentation will refer to non-GAAP financial results and business outlook. For an explanation of our non-GAAP financial measures, please refer to the accompanying presentation or to our press release published earlier today. The non-GAAP measures are presented as we believe that they provide investors with a means of evaluating and understanding how companies' management evaluates operating performance. These non-GAAP measures should not be considered in isolation from, as substitutes for, or superior to financial measures prepared in accordance with U.S. GAAP. In addition, a reconciliation of GAAP to non-GAAP is contained in today's press release and in the supplemental information attached to today's presentation. At the end of today's prepared remarks, we'll have a Q&A session for sell-side analysts. Our first quarter fiscal 2026 quiet period begins at the close of business Friday, September 12th, 2025. And with that, I will now turn it over to Charles.
Thank you, Michael. I will be covering our performance for fiscal 2025 and providing insights into our strategic direction for fiscal 2026. Our fiscal 2025 results represent a 47% year-on-year revenue growth at $22 billion. This growth reflects continued strong demand for our AI and green computing solutions. Despite a 6-month cash flow impact from the delayed filing of our fiscal year 24 10-K and delayed revenue recognition from a major new large partner, non-GAAP earnings per share were 41 cents, down year-over-year from 50% last year, primarily due to the tariff impact. Although we have taken measures to reduce the impact, and we will see their results soon. Allow me to go a little deeper at the June revenue shortfall in what was otherwise a stronger quarter. The shortfall stemmed from 2 key factors: a capital constraint that limited our ability to rapidly scale production, and specification changes from a major new customer that delayed revenue recognition because of some new ad features. The capital constraint was no longer an issue after we filed the fiscal year 24 10-K, and the large customer orders are now slated for recognition in September and December quarters. Following close collaboration to align with the customer's update feature requirements. Despite these circumstances, we remain focused on our strategic priorities, optimizing our solutions and capturing market share. Notably, the number of large-scale plug-and-play rack customers grew from 2 in fiscal year 24 to 4 in fiscal year 25, signaling strong momentum and continuing growth potential across our customer base. We are also on track to add a few more in fiscal year 26. We continue our leadership in AI platforms and infrastructure with a comprehensive portfolio optimized for the latest GPU technologies, including NVIDIA B300 and GB300 platforms, and AMD's MI350 and MI355X GPUs. Our X14 and H14 GPU systems deliver breakthrough performance, supporting large-scale AI training and inferencing workloads and enterprise computing demands with exceptional efficiency. Notably, we were able to deliver our B200 systems with an industry-leading time to market to our customers. We are confident our B300 and GB300 solutions will deliver a similar, if not even better, time to market and time to online advantages for customers, helping them accelerate their AI deployments faster than others. To further simplify our customers' AI data center infrastructure deployment and time to online, we officially introduced our data center building block solution, DCBBS, to the market last quarter. With our DCBBS, customers can harness our proven system building block advantage to adapt quickly to evolving market demands, especially in response to increasing complex AI product cycles. Our modular architecture enables faster customization, streamlines production, and reduce time to delivery and time to online, while also optimize quality, efficiency, and ease of maintenance. In most cases, customers who use our DCBBS can finish building a liquid-cooled AI data center in just 18 months instead of 2 to 3 years. When converting an existing data center or a warehouse to a high-density direct liquid cooling data center, customers can complete the transformation in only 3 to 6 months instead of 12 or even 18 months. We had just begun deploying rack-scale total solutions with our DCBBS to a few key customers. Key components of DCBBS include DLC solutions, the L2A sidecar, liquid-to-air cooling, CDU, especially in low CDU, in-rack CDU as well, and chill door, power shell, battery backup, BBU, water or dry tower solutions, and more are coming. Our advanced second-generation direct liquid cooling DLC2 system reduce power and water consumption by up to 40%, while operating at a near library quiet level, around 50 decibels. This enables superior performance with reduced total cost of ownership, TCO, and total cost to the environment, TCE, for modern data centers. Several DCBBS components are now shipping or entering production very soon, supporting a growing demand for high-performance, energy-efficient data center infrastructure. Equally important, DCBBS meets the growing demand for a comprehensive one-stop shop solution, including software-defined infrastructure, system management, AI workload optimization, networking, deployment, and all different levels of services. It allows cloud service providers to reduce both CapEx and OpEx, capital expense and operating expense. Indeed, it delivers also great value to both AI-focused and traditional IT data centers. By seamlessly integrating DCBBS capability with our system and rack solution, we are not only enhancing customer value, but also improving our profit margins. This shift toward higher margin and revenue stream is central to our long-term strategy. We are also start to strategically focus on the enterprise, IoT, and the telco markets. An initiative we believe will improve both growth and net margin over time. In last 2 quarters, we made a significant investment to optimize our solutions for enterprise customers, introducing advanced server and storage systems tailored for hybrid cloud, AI application, and edge computing workloads.
There are subtitles on this channel. You can turn them on right now.
Will continue for many years to come. Supermicro has also launched an enhanced enterprise service program, delivering comprehensive 24/7 global support for high density.
Just click CC under the video for your subtitles.
Data center deployment based on optimized rack scale architecture. Our IoT portfolio, including embedded system and edge servers, is gaining momentum across industry like manufacturing, healthcare, telco, smart city, and AI edge applications. Additionally, we have announced strategic partnership to accelerate innovation in AI at the edge and telecom solutions. By expanding into this higher margin segment, we are diversifying our revenue streams and driving long-term sustainable profitability that will benefit our shareholders. Our global footprint allows us to efficiently deploy optimized solution worldwide with minimal tariff impact, especially after September quarter. With large and versatile manufacturing campus across the U.S., Taiwan, Malaysia, and the Netherlands, we can deliver a comprehensive system, rack, and data center level building block and total solution to our customer directly and quickly. This robust global presence enable us to respond to dynamic regional demands, support cost-sensitive customers seeking greater value, mitigate tariff exposure, and maintain a reliance global supply chain that's both agile and responsive. Looking ahead to Q1 fiscal year 26, I anticipate revenue between $6 billion and $7 billion, driven by continuing momentum across our AI rack, plug and play, DCBBS, software, and service business, which are delivering exceptional customer value and strengthen our profitability. I'm especially excited about our DCBBS for the full fiscal year 2026. I expect at least $33 billion total revenue, supported by our expanding large and enterprise customer base, upcoming product innovation, and robust DCBBS total solution. In closing, I want to thank you, our employees, for their dedication, our customers for their trust, and our investors for their continued support. We are excited about the opportunity ahead and look forward to updating you on our progress in the next quarter. David, please.
Thank you, Charles. Q4 fiscal year 25 revenues were $5.8 billion, up 8% year over year and up 25% quarter over quarter, compared to our guidance of $5.6 to $6.4 billion. Growth was led by demand for next generation air-cooled and liquid-cooled GPU AI platforms, which represented over 70% of Q4 revenues across both enterprise and cloud service provider markets. For the full year, fiscal year 25, we reported revenues of $22 billion, representing 47% growth over fiscal year 24 revenues of $15 billion. During Q4, we recorded $2.1 billion in the enterprise channel segment, representing 36% of revenues versus 42% in the last quarter, up 7% year over year and up 6% quarter over quarter. The OEM appliance and large data center segment revenues were $3.7 billion, representing 63% of Q4 revenues versus 57% in the last quarter, up 2% year over year and up 40% quarter over quarter. Emerging 5G telco edge IoT segment revenues were 1% of Q4 revenues. For fiscal year 25, enterprise channel revenues grew 38% to represent 39% of total revenues. The OEM appliance and large data center segment grew 50% and represented 60% of total revenues. The 5G telco edge IoT segment represented 1% of total revenues. For fiscal year 25, we had 4 10% plus large data center customers versus 1 in fiscal year 24. Server and storage systems comprised 98% of Q4 revenue, and subsystems and accessories represented 2%. By geography, the U.S. represented 38% of Q4 revenues, Asia 42%, Europe 15%, and the rest of the world 5%. On a year-over-year basis, U.S. revenues decreased 33%, Asia increased 91%, Europe increased 66%, and the rest of the world decreased 3%. On a quarter-over-quarter basis, U.S. revenues decreased 21%, Asia increased 78%, Europe increased 196%, and the rest of the world increased 53%. The Q4 non-GAAP gross margin was 9.6% versus 9.7% in Q3 due to product customer mix. For fiscal year 25, the non-GAAP gross margin was 11.2% versus 13.9% for fiscal year 24. Our long-term goal is to gradually improve gross margins through providing complete data center building block solutions and focusing on the enterprise, IoT, and telco markets. We also expect to benefit from economies of scale from higher revenues, cost-effective global facilities, including the new Malaysia manufacturing plant, and customer diversification. The Q4 operating expenses on a GAAP basis increased by 8% quarter over quarter and 23% year over year to $316 million, driven by higher compensation expenses and headcount. On a non-GAAP basis, operating expenses increased 11% quarter over quarter and 29% year over year to $239 million. The Q4 non-GAAP operating margin was 5.3% versus 5% in Q3. Other income and expense for Q4 was a net expense of $5.7 million, consisting of $28.4 million in interest income, offset by $22.3 million in interest expense, and FX and other losses of $11.8 million. The tax provision for Q4 was $19 million on a GAAP basis and $37 million on a non-GAAP basis. The GAAP tax rate for Q4 was 9%, and the non-GAAP tax rate was 12%. The GAAP tax rate was 13% for fiscal year 25 versus 5% in fiscal year 24, and the non-GAAP tax rate was 15% in fiscal year 25 versus 11% in fiscal year 24. The Q4 GAAP diluted EPS was 31 cents compared to guidance of 30 cents to 40 cents, and non-GAAP diluted EPS of 41 cents versus guidance of 40 cents to 50 cents due to lower gross margins and higher operating expenses in the quarter. For fiscal year 25, we reported GAAP diluted earnings per share of $1.68 versus $1.92 for fiscal year 24, and non-GAAP diluted EPS of $2.06 versus $2.12 in fiscal year 24. The GAAP fully diluted share count increased quarter over quarter from 622 million to 625 million in Q4, and the non-GAAP share count increased sequentially from 636 million to 638 million shares. Q4 cash flow generated from operations was $864 million compared to $627 million in the previous quarter. For fiscal year 25, cash generated from operations was $1.7 billion versus cash consumed by operations of $2.5 billion in fiscal year 24. Q4 closing inventory was $4.7 billion versus $3.9 billion in Q3. CapEx and investments for Q4 was $79 million, resulting in positive free cash flow of $841 million for the quarter. CapEx and investments for fiscal year 25 were $183 million versus $194 million in fiscal year 24. During the quarter, we completed a convertible bond offering, raising $2.3 billion in gross proceeds before operating expenses and the costs associated with the simultaneous covered call spread and stock buyback. The Q4 closing balance sheet cash position was $5.2 billion, while bank and convertible note debt was $4.8 billion, resulting in a net cash position of $412 million versus a net cash position of $44 million last quarter. Additionally, in July, we executed a $1.8 billion facility, which allows for the non-recourse sale of certain qualified accounts receivables to strengthen our working capital on a discretionary basis. Turning to the balance sheet and working capital metrics compared to last quarter, the Q4 cash conversion cycle was 98 days versus 124 days in Q3. Days of inventory decreased by 6 days to 75 days compared to the prior quarter of 81 days. Days sales outstanding were 40 days compared to 56 days in Q3. Days payables outstanding increased by 4 days to 17 days versus 13 days in Q3. Now turning to the outlook for Q1 fiscal year 26, we expect net sales in the range of $6 billion to $7 billion. GAAP diluted net income per share of 30 cents to 42 cents, and non-GAAP diluted net income per share of 40 cents to 52 cents. We expect gross margins to be similar to Q4 fiscal year 25 levels. GAAP operating expenses are expected to be approximately $329 million and to include $82 million in stock-based compensation expenses that are not included in non-GAAP operating expenses. The outlook for Q1 of fiscal year 2026 fully diluted GAAP earnings per share includes approximately $69 million in expected stock-based compensation expenses, net of tax effects of $20 million, which are excluded from non-GAAP diluted net income per common share. We expect other income and expenses, including interest expense, to be a net expense of approximately $24 million. The company's projections for Q1 fiscal year 26 GAAP and non-GAAP diluted net income per common share assume a GAAP tax rate of 13%, a non-GAAP tax rate of 15.5%, and a fully diluted share count of 631 million for GAAP and 644 million shares for non-GAAP. We expect CapEx for Q1 to be in the range of 60 to 80 million. And for fiscal year 26, we expect net sales of at least 33 billion. Michael, we're ready for Q&A.
Great. Cameron, let's turn it over to question and answer session.
Thank you. We will now begin the Q&A session. If you would like to ask a question, please press star followed by 1 on your telephone keypad. If you'd like to remove your question, press star followed by 2. Again, to ask a question, press star 1. And as a reminder, if you are using a speakerphone, please remember to pick up your handset before asking a question, and we will pause here briefly as questions are registered. The first question is from the line of Simon M. Leopold with Raymond James. You may proceed.
Thanks for taking the question. I wanted to get a better understanding of some of the bottlenecks or gating factors for sales. And what I'm looking at is we've got full year revenue outlook of $33 billion, so that's better than $8 billion a quarter. And we're looking at September being roughly $6 to $7 billion. So I would have thought that availability of Blackwell's GB200s could have given you maybe some more upside to September and a more linear outlook for the year, but this would suggest more of a back-end load. So if you could help us understand how you're thinking about the cadence through that fiscal year and what are the bottlenecks or what are the restraints in terms of the September quarter and availability of the chips. Thank you.
Yeah, basically our business will continue to grow. Last year, because of 10K delay, we have some constraints, so we grew 47%. This year, we should be able to grow better than that. And you mentioned about bottleneck. Yes, some chip availability, some resource availability from vendor, like NVIDIA. That's still, we had to wait and see. Basically, we believe their availability will be much better than last 2 quarters. And that's why we estimate minimum $33 billion. And by the way, our new introduction, DCBBS, that help customers to build a data center quicker, especially make their cloud ready for time to online much quicker. So that's another factor we believe this year, 2026, we should be able to grow better than last year.
And is any of this related to customers perhaps waiting for GB300s, or is that not a factor?
Yes, you are right. Some customers always waiting for coming soon technology like a B300, GB300. So the good thing is we have a B300, GB300 pretty much ready to go. Just waiting for our partner, NVIDIA, to support us.
Great. Thanks for taking the question.
The next question is from the line of Ruplu Bhattacharya with Bank of America. You may proceed.
Hi, thanks for taking my questions. I have 2 of them. The first one is a higher level question. Can you talk about management strategy for competing in the AI server market? Is your focus on revenue growth and gaining market share, or is your focus on margin expansion? And if it's both, then what gives you confidence that you can grow revenues and grow margins in this competitive market? And I have a follow-up.
Yeah, very good question. Yes, we can grow much quicker if we don't care about gross margin and net margin. And that's why we introduced DCBBS, Data Center Building Block Solution. That's a total solution to support the customer to build a data center quicker, better, and also save money, more reliable. And we provide all the infrastructure need, including on-site deployment, networking, cabling, all different kind of service. So we believe we can grow revenue, market share, and profitability, especially our data center end-to-end software solution. So DCBBS plus all the software customer need, including service. So we for sure able to provide a better value to customer, not just price war.
Okay, thanks for that,
not for price war.
Charles. Can I, for my follow-up, can you talk about the opportunity with sovereigns You announced an MOU with DataVault during the quarter. Can you give us your thoughts on expected rollout of that opportunity? And David, what margin uplift should we expect from sovereign customers versus your existing customer base, such as tier 2 CSPs? I mean, how should we think about the revenue and margin opportunity here? Thank you.
Yeah, the sovereign AI bring us a very good chance. There are so many countries need to build their AI infrastructure, and those countries, those people really appreciate our DCBBS data center infrastructure total solution. So we help them to design their AI infrastructure and help them build the AI infrastructure quicker and better. So we see a very good room, very big room to grow in that area. David.
Yeah, and Ruplu, on the gross margin side, we are optimistic that we will be able to sell more complete data center BBS solutions, with sovereigns, and so therefore we don't have enough experience to be forecasting specific gross margins, but we're very optimistic that with the additional offerings that we will have, that there's upside there.
Yeah, there are so many countries, especially in Europe, in Mid East, in Asia. So they all are very aggressively try to build their AI infrastructure for their country, for their company, and we are working very closely with them.
All right, thank you for all the details.
The next question is from the line of Ananda Barua with Loop Capital. You may proceed.
Yeah, guys, thanks for taking the question. Two, if I could. The first one is maybe a little bit more of a clarification. You in the first 6 months of the calendar year, you guys saw, as did the industry, a little bit elongated customer purchase cycles. First from the HGX GB decision-making situation in the March quarter, then the B200, B300 sort of decision-making situation in the June quarter. Now, Charles, it sounds like to one of the first questions, I think it was to Simon's question, you may have suggested, it sounds like you were suggesting there may then currently be some B300 sort of elongated customer decision making as well. So just to clarify, are we still not yet to normalize customer decision making cycles? Because if that's the case, I think it's useful for us to understand that as distinct from what the organic demand backdrop may be as we go through the year here. And anyway, I have a follow-up after that. Thanks.
Yeah, as you know, NVIDIA has so many products, so many better products, new products.
If you'd like to win $1,000
provide all the new technology
in
new
XRP,
products,
which you can sell for cash, wait to the end. It's free to enter, free for all. Anyone can win. I'm giving away my own hard-earned money. Wait till the end in about 15 minutes. Thank you.
Our partner very closely and make sure once NVIDIA able to ship in volume, we can service customer quicker. And with our DCBBS, we exactly optimize for customers' data center, including a large data center and middle-sized data center, or even small-sized data center. So we are very happy.
If you're interested in the giveaway, just write yes in the chat. Thank you.
AI infrastructure as well. That's part of Supermicro's advantage. We provide a total solution and make a customer's job much easier to build their AI factory, AI infrastructure quicker and better.
And just as a follow-up, can you guys, any context you can give us, guys, around the comment of large-scale data center customers expanding to 6 to 8 in fiscal 26? What flavor of customers might that be? when do you consider someone to be large scale, and what market domains like those additional large scale data center customers fit into? Thanks.
Yes, most of the large scale AI CSP continue to have a strong demand, and we are prepared to support them as well. The good thing is with much strong cash flow now, so we are ready to support more large scale data center as well.
Okay, everybody
thanks,
putting
guys.
yes. I will tell you how you can win $1,000, if not $2,000, by the end of
The
this
next
call.
question comes
Stand
from the
by.
line of Samik Chatterjee with JP Morgan. You may proceed.
Hi, thanks for taking my question. I have two, but maybe for the first one, you talked about the data center building block solutions, and that it's still maybe a bit early for you to forecast gross margins on that front. But anything that you can help us in terms of what does a typical sales cycle, or what are you expecting for a sales cycle on that front to look like? Have any of your larger data center customers shown interest in data center building block solutions? I guess the question more is, when should we start to see, or what should we expect in terms of material revenues in relation to when that does come into the P&L? What would be the earliest if you were sort of going and talking to your customers about these solutions now? What should be our expectation on this front? I have a follow-up. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we officially announced our data center building block solution last quarter, and now we have some product fully ready to ship. For example, the AI computing power rack PMP that has been available for 4 years from Supermicro, and kind of like a CDU, right, in-rack CDU, and kind of like a sidecar.
And warned people not to buy. I told you it was going down potentially another 30%.
Transformation.
For good reason. Don't chase this.
For those customers who like to go for liquid cooling but do not have a liquid cooling data center infrastructure ready, we support them sidecar, and the product is ready to ship now. Like a power shelf, right? Kind of when GB200, GB300 go for rack scale, use power shelf, we have a product ready now. And BBU, we have a product about ready now as well. And kind of like a water tower for liquid cooling or dry tower, we are shipping now. And kind of like a on-site deployment and networking, including cabling, all different kind of service. We have most of those components getting ready now. And we start to ship in September quarter, right? And then we are ramp up in a much higher volume in December. And then for sure, we'll continue to grow in next year, March quarter and June quarter. So this data center building block solution eventually will help customers to build their AI factory infrastructure much quicker and much energy efficient, and also save money as well. So we are very excited for our DCBBS solution.
Got it. And for my follow-up, you mentioned the investments that you're making on the enterprise opportunity or edge opportunity as well. I mean, assuming some of those are better margin opportunities, including the data center building block solutions related to your business currently on the sort of where you're around this 9-10% gross margin right now, do you see an opportunity still to get back to the long-term targets that you had on the gross margin of 14 to 17, or like are these new opportunities necessarily big enough and at a margin high enough to get you back to that 14 to 17 run rate, or do you think the expectations for investors should be at a maybe a more modest level in terms of what the long-term gross margin rate of the company would be in the future?
Yeah, very big question, and very good question also. I mean, yes, enterprise and IoT, as you know, have a much higher margin. And DCBBS service software, we should have a better margin. So we are growing in both directions. One is growing revenue and support a large scale data center, at the same time growing enterprise data center total solution software service. So I mean, long term, I believe 15%, 16% still our target. And take how long? It depends on the combination. So I believe, yes, the direction is still there. I mean, we like to get back to our traditional 16%, even 17% profit margin. Maybe you can add something.
Yeah, I think that, as Charles mentioned, we have been providing these services already. We've had customers with very large deployments that we've helped them in the build out of their data center and with specific services. And so it's something that we're really focused on, and we know that it'll contribute to our profitability.
Yeah, as a Silicon Valley based company, for sure we are able and we like to provide more value to customers, not just hardware, not just high volume product, but all different kind of service, solution optimization, and to make a customer's job much easier.
Got it. Great. Thank you.
The next question is from the line of Michael Ng with Goldman Sachs. You may proceed.
Hey, good afternoon. Thank you for the questions. I just have two. First, on the greater than 10% customers for fiscal 25, I was wondering if you could just let us know what the revenue exposures were for those customers. I can appreciate we'll eventually get it in the 10K, but any early color would be helpful. And then second, thank you for all the guidance on 2026. I was wondering if you could just talk about how we should think about gross margins for the full year. Is the first quarter gross margins that you spoke to a good indication about how we should think about the full year? Thank you very much.
Okay, Michael. So the four customers, which we'll refer to as A, B, C, and D, not in that particular order, but 11%. We had 3 11% and a 21%. And as to your second question, we're not going to forecast annual guides, but I want to revert back to our earlier comments that we're doing everything that we can. Especially, we're very optimistic about these data center building block solutions, and we're very quick to market. We think those two combinations, DCBBS and our fast time to market, is our best chances for margin improvement.
Yeah, especially with our DCBBS, we are able to have a customer increase, speed up their time to online, right? Kind of traditionally, for example, 2 years, we have them improve to speed up to 18 months, 16 months. So lots of customers are very interested to those services.
Thank you, Charles.
Thank you.
The next question is from the line of Nehal Chokshi with Northland. You may proceed.
Yeah, thank you. I have two questions. First one is, what is going to be the driver of projected Q-over-Q uptick the September quarter revenue? And maybe that can also help us understand why you're guiding to no operating leverage. I believe effectively the guidance implies about a flat operating margin from the June quarter to September quarter.
So in terms of the customers, we have a lot of customers that are building out really good deployments, and so that's what gives us our guide, to the first quarter. So we've been shipping, MI355X and GB300, And so we expect that to ramp in Q1, and that's really what's giving us our guide.
Yeah, we are also gaining many more customers in Europe, Middle East, and Asia now. So basically, the near future should be pretty strong.
And why, with the incremental $1 billion in revenue, we won't see any operating margin leverage?
Well, whenever there's in changing over to these new platform technologies, there's always a little bit of a ramp for us, and so that creates a little bit of a production learning curve.
Okay, and then my second question is that
Just 1 second, folks. Breaking news here. Breaking news here on Martyn Lucas Investor. I thought you might be interested just for a couple of seconds. MYX Finance up 366%. I've received some calls to take a look at this one. We'll have a deep dive in the morning. Let me know if you're interested in the chat below. MYX Finance up 366%. Let me know what you think. Thank you.
Generative AI or agentic AI or application, right? Invention. We are defined, pre-test, pre-validate. So when we ship to customer, a customer can put it together easily. It's kind of like a kids play a Lego castle, right? So kind of it's validated in advance. When customer receive, easy to deploy and easy for quickly go for online.
So basically, it's the latter of the situations that I had proposed.
Yeah, kind of including the computing power, the rack, the liquid cooling, even the tower, the water tower, dry tower, the battery system, the power module, right? So we have everything pre-built and validated in advance.
Yeah, and as Charles mentioned, Dale, the time to delivery and time to online, for our customers is critical because they have end customers that they're waiting for. So that's a huge selling point.
Yeah. So is data center building block solutions at least going to be representative of 10% of the deals, that 10% of the deal value that you're going to be doing in the September quarter?
It will be stably growing. I hope very soon it will be more than 20% or even more than 30%, because so many people provide system computing power, but we instead not just computing power, but total solution, a data center or cloud total solution.
Great. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The next question is from the line of Brandon Nispel with KeyCorp. You may proceed.
Hey guys, thanks for taking the question. I was hoping you could unpack gross margins during the quarter. Last quarter, you had provided some adjusted gross margins based on inventory reserves. Hoping you could help us understand whether there were any inventory reserves this quarter, and if you're expecting any in 1Q, including maybe potential impact from tariffs. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon. So we did mention a little bit about that last quarter, and what I would say is that they did come in as expected. However, we believe that that's not going to be the case going forward. So we think that we're anticipating a stabilization in that area.
Yeah, especially with our DCBBS and with our service function. So we have customer build a data center and make sure they go for online smoothly, and that will kind of make customers' business much more smooth. And thus, I mean, it's good for our inventory control as well. Less RMA, less return product, so that will have less slow moving, less product write down as well.
Yeah, but
So we expect we will improve in that area.
yeah, and Brandon, with respect to tariffs, the situation's dynamic. We're actively monitoring the tariff environment. We know there's news coming out next week. If we have any updates, we'll share
That's
it with you.
what I spoke about earlier.
We can only watch.
Don't
and
buy this
react
today.
as every other business is.
Thanks for taking the questions.
The next question is from the line of Quinn Bolton with Needham & Co. You may proceed.
Hey guys, this is Shadi Metwali on for Quinn. Thanks for letting me ask the question. My first question is on the recent export licenses for NVIDIA and AMD. Just curious to see how Supermicro is positioned to potentially support these deployments, and does the guide embed any of these potential shipments?
Are you referring to H20?
Yes, H20, I believe that. And
are you referring to the H20 product?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not anticipating selling those products at any quantities.
Yeah, not at least not in high volume for us. Yeah.
Got it. And then I have a follow-up, which is a clarification question from I think Northland. But did you say that the data center building block solutions will be around 20 to 30% of total revenue in the September quarter?
No, I mean that will be further away, maybe next year summer. So it will ramp up gradually, not immediately.
Got it. Thank you.
The next question is from the line of John Tanwanteng with CJS Securities. You may proceed.
Hi, good afternoon, and thank you for taking my questions. First one, just on the data center building block solutions, I was just wondering what the gross margin profile looks like there compared to the corporate average, and what an incremental dollar of sales in that kind of solution adds to your gross profit.
Very good question. Data center building block solution, I believe we are the first one. So we the first company to introduce data center total solution with building block feature. So the profit margin, the value to customer for sure, both are good. Much better than a commodity product. When you have to compete with many company, that's the pressure for profit margin, right? But the data center building block solution instead, we have much less competition.
Okay, great. Thank you. That's helpful. And then just on the B300 launch, do you expect to see yourself distancing yourself from competitors, both pricing-wise and allocation-wise, when that reaches volume, or is there any reason to believe that you may see more of what you've seen in the B100 and B200 timeframes?
We work with our vendor very closely, right? And so I believe our position will be a second to none. So for sure, will be a good chance. Once it's available from our vendor, we are very happy to promote quickly.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
The last question is from the line of Vijay Rakesh with Mizuho. You may proceed.
Yeah, hey, it's Austin, David. Just a quick question on the 33 billion guide for fiscal 26. One thing, what is contemplated in terms of revenues from the data vault win that you announced?
We don't make a comment for specific customer, but we do have a growing customer base in Europe and in Middle East. So we feel exciting to grow business in the territory, Middle East, BV, and believe it will be a good percentage for Supermicro business to grow.
Got it. And then on the DCBBS, obviously a nice move with the racks and enabling your go-to-market timing, I guess. Just wondering what would be the split of a full NVL72 rack versus HGX that you're shipping now, or into end of the year, end of fiscal 26, I guess.
Yeah, we start to ship something about now. Kind of like, for example, the liquid to air sidecar, we are shipping now. And CDU, we have been shipping for a while, right? Including indoor CDU, we are shipping now. And BBU, we will start to ship very soon. Power shelf, we are ready to ship this quarter.
If you want to know what we're listening to, look on the thumbnail and the title of the video. It tells you what this subject is.
Ready to ship in volume. And some other will be ready in next few months or few quarters. So eventually it will be really big product line. The goal is to support all the major components for customer to build their data center, their AI factory. So kind of to offer a one-stop shop. One-stop shop, not just to save customer time, but to make sure when customer put those components together, it work and optimize for both efficiency, quality, and cost.
Got it. Thanks.
All right, great. All right, great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. That was our last question. Thank you for joining today's call. That will now conclude today's call. Thank you for your participation and enjoy the rest of your day.
Very interesting. No summing up from the CEO. Never a good sign when the CEO doesn't have the confidence to sum up at the end. Not good at all. I warned of this morning. I said that this was going to crash. I called it in Vaz's show this morning and said semis is going to have a very bad day. We'll cover the earnings, and here we are, and here it is. I still wouldn't be buying this now. I think we can have another 10-15% drop. There's much more surprises down the line with Trump's announcement, so you can't buy on what you just heard. In my opinion, I'm not buying this. That would be a risk, and I think it's going to go down a lot more. We are running a poll over here to get a sentiment of what you think. We had 43 votes a few seconds ago. Let me give you the link. And everyone who's watching now, stand by. I'm about to give you your chance to win $1,000 for free. No effort at all, really. There is the link to vote on the poll. We had a buy of 49% at 43 votes. Let's see what it is now. It's now 72 votes and 47%. So you seem to be encouraged by what you're hearing because of the drop. I think you are focusing on the price going down as a sign to buy rather than the future valuation of the business. I'm looking at the valuation. I can't buy this. But with all the macro conditions, external issues around it, management and all the rest of it. So I can't buy this, but it does look like my audience are saying, we like it, the price has gone down, I want to buy it. You're focusing on the price, I think, not the value, but that is your prerogative. I would be very careful. All right, so it's time to wrap this up and tell you about our giveaway. So we're giving away $1,000 on the show. Just bear with me a second. Completely free. Free to enter, free for all. Anyone can take part. You don't have to be a member. And everyone who's watching now can win $1,000. It might even be more than $1,000 when we give it away, because one of our members said they want to match it. Now, I can't confirm that because that's not in the terms and conditions of the competition, but it might actually be $2,000. But we can guarantee in our terms and conditions it's $1,000. So how do you enter? Well, it's free to enter. It's free for all. You haven't got to buy anything. No purchase necessary. You haven't got to download anything. And you haven't got to do anything at all. Let me show you what you have to do, though, to enter. Because there's always something, all right? So here is the giveaway. Let me delete, end our poll. Right, here's our giveaway. Now, before you do anything, there's the link. Just listen a minute, otherwise you do it wrong. Pin the message to the top. There's our giveaway. martynlucas.com/giveaway. martynlucas.com/giveaway. So I've been buying a lot of crypto recently to give away. I'm not going to sell it. I'm going to give it away in prizes. Why? To celebrate our 100,000 subscribers. We are nearly at 100,000 subscribers. I'll show you how close we are. So we're celebrating. We've made a lot of money, and now we're going to give some away. Okay, we aim to be the most honest, trusted, live channel in the world. These are my subscribers. Look, you see it rolling around. That's the real live number. And there's a big party planned for all those who are members and subscribers as we hit 100,000. So make sure that you subscribe and tap the like. So how do you win $1,000 to celebrate our 100,000? Well, over here is the competition, martynlucas.com/giveaway. It's pinned to the top. We're giving away $1,000 on XRP. You can sell it and do what you want. You don't have to keep the XRP. It's from me, Vaz and Sensei, $333 each. We're splitting it on the 15th of September, live on the show at 3 p.m. You need to be present to win, otherwise you can't win. All right. The draw will take place live on the show. Here is the intro video. There are tickets by simply watching this video. Loads of things you can do. This is one of them. New ways to enter added daily. So if you're lazy, you won't win. Well, you probably won't win. Well, you might win because you only need one ticket to win. But if you're not lazy and you like doing stuff and getting involved, you increase your chances. So it's entirely up to you. And I'll give you odds in a minute, what the odds are of you winning as well. All right, you can win with one ticket or get as many as you like. Scroll down, there's the video, and it tells you in the video what to do. But these are all the things that you can do. Every day we give you free tickets by simply coming to the website and claim your ticket. That will turn into a tick. You can subscribe to Sensei's newsletter for free, of course. It's for free. You don't have to pay for it, and you win tickets. If you watch this live stream here, this was our XRP event. We had an XRP party, and it tells you there's a number at the beginning, middle, and end. And I add them together, enter here the number, and you can't guess because if you do a couple of tries, you'll get timed out after a while. So there you go. You get tickets by subscribing to me on this channel. You may have already done it. You get 10 tickets. If you subscribe to me on the music channel, you get 10 tickets. You may have already done all these things. You just got to claim the tickets. All different things. You can follow me here, follow me there. Do all these things, all for free, don't require any purchase, don't require any downloads whatsoever. And you can do as many or as few things as you like. Now, what's the odds of you winning? What's the chances of you winning? Well, you might think with 100,000 subscribers nearly, that would have maybe, 50,000 people taking part? You'd be wrong. We have 333. So you've got a 1 in 333 chance, way better than the lottery, but it gets better. How many people have claimed all the tickets? The most tickets you can get are 1,228 tickets. Three people have got all the tickets, just 3. So if you go on there now and you do all the things, you could be right at the top. And you might find yourself winning $1,000 live on the show, paid out to you. So if you're lazy and you can't be bothered, just go and claim one ticket for simply subscribing to my channel. Well, you've already done that anyway, so you might as well go and claim it. If you want to win more tickets, it's entirely up to you. It doesn't cost anything. You haven't got to download anything, and so on. All right? There you go. It's secure, it's safe, it's just to celebrate us reaching this goal, and we want to reward people with a giveaway and say thank you. That's what it's all about. So there you go. I'm going to wrap this up. My thoughts. Oh, by the way, one of the things you can have, if you follow me on X, that was one of the things. There's my X link. during the event, for those that are interested, I've broken this down and given you my analysis. I've broken it down and given you my analysis. I was typing away madly through that. So you can go back down here and you can see I've broken that down into sections. The SMCI live Q&A, I didn't give any thoughts to that because I haven't digested it yet. But the financial results, I break it down and I give you all the numbers. And I give you my analysis. I was doing it, there you go, throughout the call. There was fear. People were selling where I think it's going, prices, predictions. I was doing all that throughout the call. That's on X. If you go to X and look at all that, again, if you follow me on X, you will win tickets just by simply following me. Let's see if anyone's done it in the last couple of seconds. I don't see anyone in the last couple of seconds. Maybe they will later. All right, so there you go. It's up to you if you want to win the money. It's very, very easy. All right, that's it from me. I'm going to now send you over to the extra channel where we're live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We repeat the shows you missed this morning with live chat, and you can keep in touch with everybody, and you can talk to me live in the studio because I am always here 12, 14-hour days, and we'll play this morning's show, and then you can listen in and what you missed and then talk in the live chat. That's it for me. Let me give you the link to the extra channel. It will take you there automatically. It's a members-only channel, 99 cents if you want to be a member of that channel, but you can watch and listen for free. How do we claim the Pro 08? What do you mean, how do we claim? I just explained it all. You go to the website, martynlucas.com/giveaway. Right? There's the website. Go there. It tells you what to do. There's the video that explains everything. There's the free tickets. It tells you how to claim it. You just click on it. Just read it. Look. Follow me on X. Click on it. That's it. And then watch the show. It tells you here. It tells you when the show is. Live on the show on the September the 15th, 3 p.m. It tells you everything. Just got to go to the page, martynlucas.com/giveaway. All right, that's it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Look out for my To Bitcoin and Back Again video coming out. I've been getting Bitcoin today and the S&P 500 on this dip. What does it all mean? Find out in my upcoming video. That's it from me. Thank you very much indeed. I will see you back in the morning. Tomorrow morning, we've got Sensonics earnings, so join us for that, followed by the opening bell show and other events in the evening. We have 3 earnings, but we can only do 2. We have Space, Rocket Lab, and Landbridge, hoping one of those will move. There's nothing we can do. Rocket Lab, we might not be able to cover. Can't do 3 at once. I can do 2 at once, but I can't do 3 at once. That's it from me. Join me now on the extra channel. Thank you very much indeed. And I'll see you back in the morning. Until next time, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.